Well, hello everybody. It's the 17th of April. I think it's around about day 25 of lockdown. Yesterday it was announced that we're going to go another 3 weeks under the restrictions that are presently imposed. So this is where we got to, I think it was 2 days ago, because we didn't come out yesterday. I was doing tax returns and things. So this is where we got to, and we went through here and went across this field and into the tree line and down through that lovely walk through the woods, which you will have seen that video now, hopefully, down that way and round the back of Bagendon. Today we're not going to go down there, although we will go down there on a sunnier day through the trees and get some pictures of the bluebells. Today is a little overcast. Rain is predicted, showers coming in at midday, although I can feel a few spots now. So we're going to walk down the road here further on, because we think, well, we know, we think that we know, there should be another path that goes down to the other end of Bagendon. And so today we're going to explore a little bit further down this lane and see what we can find. It's we've come out in the morning because we usually come out in the afternoon, but we've come out this morning, as I say, because showers and rain are predicted for the rest of this rest of the afternoon from 12 o'clock onwards. It feels to me like they may come a little earlier. So hello. Gentleman out cycling with his little girl. That's a good way of riding, rather than sort of riding behind you, riding in front of you. So yeah, I'm walking past this field, so we know it'll be down around this bend at least and further on. But it is beautiful out here. We were looking on, we looked up those houses that are back down the lane. You'll have seen the pictures of those, the sort of square ones, which I don't really like the look of, but you know, they've been built to a certain way to make the most of solar power, etc. I think. Yeah, what was I going to say? So yeah, we looked those up to see what price they were, what they were looking for them. Not that we can afford to buy them whatever the price, but would you believe £1 million? £1 million. Yes, they've got 4 double bedrooms, and each bedroom has its own bathroom, shower, toilet, etc. So they're all en suite. But that's kind of the mark. While we were on there, we saw another house in Bagendon which was going for 6.7 million about 2 years ago. There's a tulip there with the daffodils. Daffodils have gone over, of course, but the tulip has come out beautifully. So flowers are changing over, daffodils are dying off, other things are growing, getting taller and bigger. In the other video you'll have seen quite a few trees that have died down through the woods there, and they marked up for being felled. But most of these look as if they've got at least some life in them, which is good to see. This one looks a little bit droopy draws, but has got some life on it, but doesn't look very healthy. That one looks dead. In the winter it's very difficult to tell, isn't it? Because none of them got leaves on, you can't really tell which are the live trees and which are the dead trees. But when it comes to spring and you can't see anything, any buds sprouting or whatever, and or if there are buds, they're sort of withering, then you know it's not really a healthy tree anymore. And there's quite a lot of them along here that don't look very healthy, unfortunately. So we're still walking along on the outside, on the road, on the outside of that other path that we walked across the fields to the tree line. So we've got to walk past there before we can expect to see the other path. So yes, yesterday I was a bit busy doing my final tax return for the time that I was working last year. So we put that in the post as we came along in the post box. So we're winging its way into the clergy taxation so that they can look it through and fill in the forms for me. So that's that job done. I'm hoping I won't have to do that again. Unless I get a job, of course. Which you never know. I might have to. Bird song really loud out here. Any other news, Carol, to share? We did get some shopping yesterday, didn't we? Yes. Debbie, our friend, went out. She went to do a bit of shopping in Cirencester. More Bluebells in there. And very kindly said she'd take our shopping list with her. So we got a few more bits and pieces, fresh stuff to keep us going. Some more breakfast cereal.
Got an order coming next week.
And we've got an order coming from the butcher again on Tuesday. We've got a couple of hocks of lamb coming, because that did really well in the hot pot, didn't it? It was really, really nice.
Yeah.
And I've got a steak. I've got a steak. It's £4.99, mind you, for an 8-ounce steak. But yeah, I guess if you had that cooked for you in a restaurant with all the trimmings, you'd probably be paying 20 quid or something for it.
Yeah.
Or £15 or whatever. So when we walked across the field, this is the other end of the path that would come up to the road. So we could have walked along here and gone straight down there rather than across that field. So that leads down to Bagendon. So we're going to walk on up this way, are we, Carol?
I don't mind.
Or shall we go down the old route? I think you can walk that way as well, look. Straight across. Today it might be as well to go back down through this way, mightn't it?
Yeah.
Rather than go further, because
Yeah.
we don't want to be out when it starts to rain properly. It may not, of course. It might just be showers that pass us by. So this is the top end of that lane that we showed you in the last video, and it goes down through the Bluebell woods. So maybe we'll take a little detour into the Bluebell woods just to see the bluebells close up, because the thing is, they come out and they're out for a while, aren't they, and then they start to go over. So I guess it's middle of April, so the next couple of weeks into May around here they come out at different times, different parts of the country, I think. I've always thought of them as something that happened in May, really. But, yeah, different parts of the country. So, more trees marked for felling because they're died in there. Actually, that one's got leaves on it. Quite a lot of leaves, so quite why that one's marked up, I don't know. The one next to it is the one that looks dead to me. So I think they marked the wrong one there. So I hope the person with the saw has some discernment. Oh, there's a helicopter up there in the clouds somewhere,
Yeah, it's
going over. But I can't see him. It's probably, maybe it's the police out checking. See if there's any gatherings. There was a farmer on the radio complaining about people walking across the fields and climbing over the stiles and maybe leaving COVID-19. Oh, what have we got? We've got stop, do not go further. So clearly they've started bringing the trees down. Oh, what a shame. Yeah, part of the forest took temporarily closed on public access. Safety rules and signs are there to protect you and those working here. Keep out of closed areas, keep away from all machines, beware of all vehicles, keep off equipment and log stacks, and please follow all signs and instructions. So I think maybe that stop is to go into the forest, which we just planned to do to see the bluebells. But we can't, because they are clearly felling those trees. I can actually see trees down in there.
And they've done that in the last.
And that's happened, well, yesterday.
Yeah.
Because they weren't here, and those signs weren't here.
No.
When we came the day before yesterday. So it's Friday today, so that was Wednesday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was Wednesday, so obviously they've been in and done some work here. Yesterday. See no sign of anybody today. But I do feel spits of rain coming down. Just little spits. I haven't got my waterproof trousers on. You got your waterproof trousers on?
No.
No. Oh well, we'll just get wet and change when we get back. Yeah, so those trees, those dead trees are starting to come down. So we won't be seeing any deer down here today, because just the noise of the tree felling yesterday would have driven them to other parts. We did see some backup in the other part of the woods, and I tried to get some shots. I'll put that little bit of video up, but whether you'll be able to see on there the deer or not, I don't know. There were, I think, 3. It looked like a small one, so probably a young one, and 2 others. I don't think we're going to see deer down here today. But they're not cutting down trees today, because we'd be able to hear them.
Yeah.
And they've obviously started up this end, felling the ones that are diseased, clearing them out. They've got a lot to do, yeah. It will look quite bare up here, actually. All these will come down.
Yeah.
It will look quite bare up here when they've done, but you know, that will provide new growth, space for new trees to grow and other plants to grow up, undergrowth to grow. So yeah, out of death comes life is the theme of Easter, and so it is with nature as well. It's like the forest fires. I know they had terrible fires in Australia, worse than they've had for many years, but despite that, you know, the stuff grows back, because that is the way it works. The problem is, of course, more and more people living in the areas where those fires happen, and more animals crowded into, probably, you know, because of human habitation, more animals in the areas that aren't habitated, and then when the fires come along, more animals are injured and killed. We saw some horrible pictures from Australia on that, but it is the way in many cases that nature works, and nature's having a go at us at the moment, isn't it, as well, with COVID-19. And there's a glimpse of some bluebells there. So there we are. That's our walk for today. Nothing much new really, a little bit more of the lane. Yeah, we've dipped out of going any further to find the other path. We'll do that another day. So keep smiling, keep safe, look after yourself, look after each other, and give us a thumbs up. Do sign up to our YouTube page. That would encourage us. And leave a message, leave a comment, especially if you have not watched any of our videos before. Do leave a comment. These are all uncut, touched videos. Just record them as I'm going and then put them up. There's no editing that goes on. I have got a little editing suite which I did start to try to learn, but you know, I haven't had time or possibly the enthusiasm to really get into it. So maybe one day I'll do some editing of these and slot them together or something, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. So it's just my wobbly videos and me and Carol. Say goodbye, Carol.
Goodbye, Carol. Goodbye, Gary.
No, he's still not getting it. She's supposed to say goodbye, Gary, and then I say goodbye. It's something that the Happy Travellers tried to do, Steve and Wendy. Lovely couple. Have a look at their YouTube channel, the Happy Travellers. They're not on at the moment. They're in Sweden and in lockdown there, or whatever is going on in Sweden. So they're not putting up any videos at the moment, but there's loads and loads and loads of their last 4 years of adventures. They're a lovely couple, and their dog Pippin. And we watched a lot of theirs, learned a lot from them about the full-time living. And yeah, Steve tried to get this thing going where he would say to Wendy, say goodbye, Wendy, and she would say, or supposed to say, goodbye, Wendy, and then say goodbye, Steve, and he would say goodbye, Steve. But they never ever got it right. And I started trying it with Carol, and we haven't got it right so far, have we? No. But we'll try. We'll keep trying. And after about a year, we'll give up. So God bless everybody. Bye now. See you tomorrow.